I haven't been to a board meeting in 3 years, so I'm a little out of rusty.
Stop bragging, Dr. Cole.
So Phil, Mary Ellen, and Dr. Cole.
Perfect.
So, honored to speak a little bit about Caren. I've known Caren for 24 years. In 1998, I was hired as a deputy district administrator and interviewed for that with Tim and some other people. But one of the people I introduced me to was a brand new board member, Caren Diedrich, 24 years ago. So Caren and I have shared a lot of time together. Just a few notes on some of that. We used to have board meetings every Monday night. We had ed and policy one Monday of the month. HR meeting was one Monday of the month, and then finance was one meeting, and then school board. So finance would start at 5:30, school board would start at 7:30. So we had lots of meetings together, lots of time together. I did just a conservative estimate of how much time Caren has spent in school board meetings. And probably conservatively probably about 4,000 hours.
Oh, wow.
And if you think about that, 24 years with 10 meetings a month, 4 hours or 3 hours of meetings. So 4,000 meetings, 4,000 hours in board meetings. It's just amazing. That'd be like if you took that into a full-time job, that's 2 years of a full-time job in the school board. So she's been part of 24 annual meetings, of which one of them, her late husband Jim, almost got in a fight. One of our favorite citizens was very rude to Caren, and her late husband didn't take appreciate that very much. He was rude to a lot of people, but Jim stood up for you that night. She's been part of, and other people might say, she's been part of 5 major boundary changes, and anyone that we've all been through those recently, those are very tough meetings, and she's had dealt with those and some angry parents. Remember, a lot of those times before Act 10, and we spent a lot of time in negotiations. We were just talking about Bob Butler from WHB. We spent a lot of time with Tim and Mary Ellen and other school board members in negotiations. And negotiations at that time were 3-4 hour night meetings. But not only that, most of the time was spent in caucus. We spent a few minutes in negotiations, then you caucus for a half hour. So you get to know people very well.
A lot of dinners in my office.
A lot of Chinese dinners and stuff like that. Jim's office, yeah, we spent a lot of time in negotiations. That's again before Act 10. She often listens to board presentations, and then at the end of the presentation, she'll turn to me and say, "Phil, do we have money for this?" I appreciate that. She also always wanted to know my input on things. Most Monday mornings, I would get a phone call from Caren, or a voicemail when I came in from the weekend. A long voicemail from Caren asking me a couple of questions about the upcoming board meeting. So she was very diligent in her work as a school board member. I think we all know that. She took her role as a school board member very professionally. I think I probably worked with 30 board members. I haven't counted up over the time, but probably at least 30 board members. And I will say Caren's the most invested school board member that I've ever worked with. Caren loves building projects, and she's been involved with many building projects. So just to go through these, she was part of building the original middle school for Prairie after March. She referendum to add on to all the elementary schools. Referendum to build Horizon, to build Creekside, to build Meadowview and Token Springs, to add on to the middle schools, to build the new high school in 2010, and lastly to build Sun Prairie West. So if you add up all that, that's $420 million worth of referendum projects that she was very actively as a school board member involved with. I think Mary Ellen and I were just talking about with 24 years on the school board, I think that's the longest of any board member ever in this Sun Prairie School District. I don't know if there's any notes on that anywhere, but yeah. So 24 years, you can say that's the longest of any person ever serving on the Sun Prairie Area School Board. And then just working with you for 24 years, just some other things. I think some other administrators probably would say this, you're almost like a motherly figure to us. And I say that in a very complimentary way, that you do. I appreciate that, and I think some other people would say that too. I know I can turn to Caren for advice. One of my favorite things is if I was going to have a tough conversation or maybe an annual meeting, Caren would tell me to wear my asbestos breeches. I'm still not exactly sure what that means. And I think I understand the thought behind it. I know about her family, and she knows about my family. Also, at the end of this phone conversation, so I asked how my kids are doing. I know in tough situations, I could look at Caren and see a smile on her face, and she's at the school board meeting just like this. She always has a smile on her face. And she ends her voicemails or phone call with "Take care of honey." I like that as a very personable. So again, with that, it's been a great 24 years. I've spent a lot of time with Caren, and I really appreciate you as a school board member and as a friend. So thank you.